Dear Professor Hughes, you have been teaching at Wiener Meisterkurse for the last 4 or 5 years, I guess. Mm-hmm. And what would be your impression of all this time in general?
I think it's a great privilege to teach on this course, I must say this. One gets invited to teach in many courses that take place in exotic places, sometimes in shops, sometimes in schools, all over the place. And here, first of all, we're dealing with wonderful repertoire, a Wiener classic basically. I'm in company with very distinguished colleagues. We have absolutely wonderful management under the presidency of Professor Teuring. And last and most recently, we have a wonderful building to work in. Mm. And this makes it a holiday.
Oh, wonderful, even a holiday. You mentioned the repertoire of Wiener Classic. Would you think there's a special pedagogical impulse or impact which comes from this repertoire, especially for the pianists?
Yes. Wiener Classic is very special because it coincides with so many other factors in art. It coincides with the beginning of music taking place in private houses, for a public, no longer for church, no longer music for God, though a lot of the music is godly, but music for a public, which means that it has to be conceived differently. It has to have elements of entertainment, it has to change people's lives. The whole element of variation, which is perhaps the basis of Wiener Classic, and a means of communicating with an audience, plays an enormous role in Wiener Classic. And this means that we're starting to understand how an audience reacts to a piece.
Yes.
And this makes the playing of it very, very exciting.
And for the basic musical education for a pianist, would you say this plays a central role? Or is it another repertoire?
Oh, no.
Another repertoire?
For musical education, it is much the most important education one has. Technically, it's less interesting. I mean, we're not talking about playing works of Ravel, which are quite extraordinary, or even Liszt, but we're talking about structure, we're talking about variation, we're talking about colour, we're talking about playing not just the piano, but playing string quartets, we're talking about playing string instruments.
So it would be a basic education for a pianist as a base for later repertoire as well?
Of course, for everything. It also teaches one at best to play simply, to discover what the truth is, and to play sincerely and truthfully. And this is an attitude that should prevail in every repertoire.
You mean interpretation?
No. Looking for the truth is not interpretation. Looking for the truth is finding the truth, or searching for it. Interpretation can sometimes mean doing something willfully, or, as I heard that great conductor Lorin Maazel saying in an interview the other day, some conductors think they composed the music. And no, we are servants of the music, and we are servants of the art that helps us all. And we search for something to tell our audience. We seek to change people's lives.
Wonderful. And we hope that at Wiener Meisterkurse we can help.
Well, it certainly changed my life.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.